Peace, family. Back again at you with some more knowledge, and I want us to dig down the so-called DNA science. Can DNA help you find your birth parents? So, this is all Yahweh machine, people. That's all I'm gonna tell you concerning this stuff. DNA testing can sometimes provide truly miraculous results for adoptees wishing to pursue information about their birth parents. Why it only works sometimes? That's the questions you need to ask these dudes. Yeah? Why is not infallible science? It only works sometimes. That's not good. Okay? Yeah, they got Yahweh Labs. Told you guys you're in the lab, they're studying you. They're studying every bit of you, every little piece. Call it DNA. Yeah, they claim is a stream of your information. You know what I'm saying? Like they can collect that DNA as a passcode from anyone, and it's going to match just to find your family, you know. And these dudes actually believe this science, which is just a controlling science. Okay, it's nothing else. And you know about the copyrights. When they have the copyrights in this science, when you fall for it, yeah, oh come here, you can find out, you can do anything to the DNA now. Now you know who are the Israelites. Or you can trace back to Kemet. I'm adopted and I have no clues about my birth except a sort of fake birth certificate from when I was born in Texas. Hold on. Yeah, when I was born in Texas, no family name, no blood relatives. Will the DNA test be a good option for me anyway? What will I learn about my family from taking the DNA test? Rita M. Dear Rita, as we said in our last post, DNA testing can sometimes provide truly miraculous results. Sometimes, people. Only sometimes. That's not good enough to start with. Truly miraculous, but we let's just continue. Truly miraculous results for adoptees wishing to pursue information about their birth parents. Like they're just gonna have that information in the database. You know what I'm saying? Somebody don't know who their parents are, and they just they're gonna collect their DNA, and next minute they know where their parents are. Really? Below we detail one such story kindly provided to us by an Ancestry.com employee and his brother-in-law. Before jumping into the story, we need to understand just how DNA analysis actually works to help us find out where did I come from and to one am I related. Here's how. But you guys need to understand that they make up that this science is a science to, for your convenience, yeah, to you to find your parents, to you to find your family. But it's not so, people. It's not so. They're building a database with this. Just think about this information they're collecting about your DNA and everything. Is all in these databases, people. You think this is gonna help you? You think this is more helpful to you or to the controllers? I'm just speaking. Consumer genetics tests, because somebody got this database and copyrights on it. Consumer genetics tests provide an incredible genealogy entry point for adoptees. Most tests on the market today provide two key results. The first is an estimate of where in the world your ancestors likely lived 10 to 20 generations in the past, people. Can that be possible? You believe them? Okay. Many of us have some idea of the countries from which our immigrant ancestors arrived in America. See that? They got even in this DNA stuff, they already telling you that your ancestors arrived in America. How the hell do they know that, and who are they to determine that? They speaking like they have a DNA database for like 500 years of DNA database that they can tell that your ancestors arrived in America. How the hell do they know that? But if you are adopted, these tests provide an answer to the ubiquitous, ubiquitous. Oh, hold on with me, bear with me, people. That's the word here. It's a little bit auspicious. Ubiquitous. Yeah. Icebreaker. Icebreaker question. Where are you from? Even from individuals with a solid knowledge of their family history, these genetic ethnicity results can be enlightening and sometimes quite surprising. Most African Americans, for example, contain significant percentages of European ancestry, people. Really? Are they Africans or Europeans? Even if they don't look like they do, people. Uh-oh. You're gonna be messed up again with that science. That's all I'm gonna tell you. The second result is the list of individuals with one you share long stretches of identical DNA. So they are your relative now? Your list of genetic matches constitute the set of all biological relatives who have also taken the same test. So, provided that all your damn family took the damn test, I don't know what they're talking about. Because, this DNA testing thing is a new thing. You think somebody, 20 years ago were doing that? Unless they were collecting this DNA in your back and you didn't know they were collecting, building a DNA database with your blood tests and all that. That's the only way I can see they have a database. How the hell are they going to have a database when you never did no test? And these kids go asking, oh, where's my family? And the next minute they know because they got DNA database. They can track your relatives like that. Who benefits from that? Hold on. Yeah? Who benefits from that? Hold on. This list will include individuals which share long stretches of identical DNA. Doesn't mean nothing. Your list of genetic matches constitutes the set of your biological relatives who have also taken the same test. So, it's a very limited science. This list will include not only your closest relatives, such as children and parents, but also more distant relatives, such as fourth cousins, relatives with one you share great-great-great-grandparents. What never fails to surprise test takers and us is the sheer number of genetic relatives these tests can reveal. A rough estimate of Ancestry DNA database and currently 500,000 customers show that the average test taker is likely to find thousands of genetic relatives. With any genealogy buff or novice can connect to exchange stories, pictures, and insights about shared family. And sometimes among those thousands of relatives is the one person who holds the key to discovering your biological family. 3 as the share of the true story below. Yeah, my people, stories, people, a belief system, people. You know what I'm saying? In December 2012, an employee at Ancestry.com gave his adopted brother-in-law, Lehan, now in his 60s, our DNA test to help him learn more about his roots. More recently, another Ancestry employee was describing the test to a potential investor and suggested he take the test to experience it. He did, and when his test results came back, he was surprised to discover that discovery was related to Lehan through a grandfather or great-grandfather. He did not recognize Lehan, and when he shared the results with his father, Greg was inspired to take the test as well. Greg's results indicated that Lehan was a possible first cousin, and so he sent him a message. Wow! In May 2013, less than 2 years after taking his own test, Lehan received that letter from Greg. They eventually confirmed that they were half brothers, people. While Greg's father was Leham's father as well, Leham's birth mother was in her 20s when she was pregnant with Leham and had not informed Leham's father. Within days of Greg's letter, Leham discovered he had a half-brother and half-sister that he had never met. Unfortunately, both Lehan's biological parents have since passed away, but instead, Lehan has now connected with his half-siblings, Greg and Carol, and their families, and he has said that he's had the most warming embrace from his new brother, sister, and their kids. According to Lehan, this has opened a new chapter in his life, and it has most welcome life interruption. They will be meeting in person in December 2014. For adopted individuals like Leham, genetics often provides the only way to begin learning more about our biological families. But even for those of us who know more in our genealogy, DNA testing still has something to tell each of us about the fascinating story of our biological origins. Do you have a mystery in your own family tree? Or have you wondered what family history discoveries could make with the DNA test? Send Harry, Lois Gates, and George Jr. and the team of Ancestry experts a question at Ask Ancestry.com. I'm saying. And provided that you guys believe this, and you believe they're going to find your parents, you believe they're going to find them, okay, if they have science and they can prove it, you know what I'm saying. But how tested is this science being? It's not done. Told you. You need to test to make sure that how do you know they're not killing you? Because first they have a small database based in 500,000. I mean, come on now. Are you kidding? You need if you want to know your ancestry and this is for real and it worked for real and you can find your authentic match. I'm not saying something approximately. I'm not saying some some DNA that millions of people have, and then you're gonna say I'm related to this guy or something because you know they're all gonna have something similar out there. Yeah, it's hard to tell. So how do you prove this science? How? How? What do you know about that? Other than it's a science that is controlled by men, and men decides it in the end what is right and what is not, and that you know you are kept out of the way because you know you don't know this science. It's not your. It's too good, too special to you to know. You need to be a doctor to know that, all about that. And then your life is gonna be decided by this DNA with 500,000 people that subscribed in there. All right, good luck with that. That's it, man. Just chilling, talking out. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling with you guys and talking out to have you think about the DNA deception. Because to me, it's just a deception. But they're trying to tell the Negroes that they need a DNA test to know where the hell they are. It's an agenda. That's it, man. I love you guys. Peace.